If I couldn't share my creativity, I would die. I feel like music is, like I mentioned, it makes me put like a no bullshit lens on everything I'm feeling. Like when I write a song, a lot of times I read back what I've written to myself and I'm like, oh, that's the truth. Like I knew that and I couldn't tell that that was inside of me until it came out and came back in again. So music is really honest. That's what music is to me.
All right, so music to me is life or death. It's a love-hate relationship, and it's heaven and hell. You know, it's the water that keeps me hydrated, but it's also the sun that dehydrates me. It's also, you know, a very spiritual side of me. If there's something in my spirit that I have calling out and stuff like that, and whether it's to hit the ears of God or just hit the atmosphere, like that's, I don't know, that's what I translate music to be, you know, my singing and playing and things like that.
It's just an incredible art form that today is getting downplayed, and in schools it's getting cut, and it's really tough to see because there's no one that I know that doesn't like some type of music. It's something that can't be put into words because sometimes when you're just feeling bad or something's really heavy, music is a way to do that.
I write a lot about myself, which that may sound conceited, but music is a way for me to explore who I am and what my identity is, and how I fit into the world. So I write a lot about my own process of self-discovery. I write a lot about nature and how I find myself in nature. I'm a really outdoorsy person, so I like to be in the woods, and I like to snowshoe and camp and all these things. I also write a lot about my girlfriend because she's really cool, and all my songs got a lot happier since her. I wrote a lot of sad songs before, and now they're more upbeat, they're more happy, they're kind of sexy songs. I write about so many different things. I write about feelings that I have. So that is really variable. It's just a whole different range of emotions. A lot of times I don't know or understand that I'm feeling something until after I've written the song, and I may even have to come back to it like months later and be like, I already knew, like this big hard lesson that I had to learn, I wrote it in this song months before I learned the lesson. So that's a really beautiful thing about songs. So I guess I write a lot about myself, and I write a lot about the people I love and the people who hurt me.
I write about people that impact me. I write about people that like make me feel all kinds of things at once and like, you know, drive me a little crazy. And I write about people that just leave a lasting impression in me, you know. I also write about a lot about religion, about like my religion, about my relationship with God. Blood into my veins, it's all the same. What did you come for? Go and change the world, make life again. What did you even come for?
So it's been interesting because I taught myself music off of YouTube and I had no formal training or anything, but I ended up making friends with all the jazz musicians at my university, which is awesome because they're very talented and they really have pushed me to be better.
Everyone sang in my family, even if they weren't like singers, they just would always sing songs and melodies or humming, and I always caught on to that. And I started playing saxophone in 4th grade. I kind of learned just by, I had some teachers, but I feel like more so it was experiences. And that's what I realized with, especially with saxophone now, is I have to put myself in experiences where I can learn, because a teacher can teach you so much, but until you can like actually apply it and figure out how it works, it like doesn't really do anything for you.
What makes me different than any other artist or performer is that there are 7 billion people on the earth and everyone is different, and so I am the only one who can say what I have to say and say it the way that I have to say it. I tend to not listen to just songs that I like or just albums that I like. I tend to follow artists and love artists and learn like everything about them, and yeah, rather than liking a song, I like understand exactly how it was written and who that artist is and where they live now and where they lived at the time and where they were in their career then. And so I hope that that'll be the way that I'm consumed as an artist, because I think what I have to offer is authenticity that people can connect with. I will never leave, so just unleash every part of you is a privilege to me. You're the coming true of a dream I didn't know I dreamed. So our 5-10 words in 5-10 years won't mean a thing. Darling, we'll look back on all the good times that we had, 'cause we knew it takes two to fight. Baby, remember that I'm always on your side. Go on and rage if you need to. Woo! Baby, I can always see through you.
Yeah, I grew up listening to a lot of gospel music because my family's very religious. So that was kind of my first exposure to music. A lot of just, my parents just have so many CDs, and we just listen to them over and over again, where I know all the words and I hear all the cues from the band I was playing with them. And then we also listen to a lot of like oldies, which I really love because my parents are old school, so they like old school R&B, but also oldies like Shaka Khan and just funk and that kind of stuff, like Parliament Funkadelic, all that kind of stuff. That's what I really like too, because that old sound is really hard to match. And those guys, there's just, you can't replicate that sound now. People try to now, but it was amazing. But I really listened to a lot of older things. I didn't really start to listen to new stuff until maybe high school, college, but I was stuck in the 90s for a very long time.
I definitely do other creative things. Before I even knew I was really a musician, I did a lot of art. I drew a lot in high school. I do poetry, like poetry slam kind of thing. I do film, which is what you're watching right now. Really just whatever I'm feeling at the time, like I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna do it.
Well, they have heard my music. Once I wrote a song about my girlfriend, and it was kind of, wasn't inappropriate, but it wasn't the most appropriate song to play in front of my parents. And So I came down from the stage after playing, and my dad was like, "Oh, that sounded really good. You were very soulful. I liked that." And then proceeded to tell me never to play that song in front of my mother, ever.
Just friends, lovers no more. Just friends, but not like before. To think of what we've been and not to kiss again seems like pretending this isn't the ending to